Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Brock Lawley program. My name is Brock Lawley. I am your fearless host, and this is the segment where we tackle the news headlines. So let's dive in. Obama is officially now the bomb. U.S. striking ISIS in Syria, dropping napalm and fiery hell from the sky. Assad thrilled, I'm sure, absolutely thrilled. We're his Air Force, after all. Just a year prior to this, we were hearing our commander and coward getting on television and talking about how Assad was the worst ever, and that we needed to destroy him, take away his theocratic throne. Oh, how the dominoes have decided to fall a different direction. And we are now Assad's Air Force. Washington Post reporting that. Meanwhile, ISIS doing fine in Iraq. Pinprick airstrikes, not apparently doing the trick there. Thriving in Iraq. New York Times reporting that. The Obama administration, the only thing he wants to get aggressive with, he wants to lick his finger, stick it up in the political wind, and he wants you to think he's a hawk. But the only thing he really cares about bringing to its knees is the United States business and United States companies, because you see, those are the real enemies. So instead of making it easier for companies to move to the U.S., making it easier for them to do business here and thus employ your neighbor, maybe even yourself, he wants to make it harder for companies to leave. And if that doesn't make sense to you, that basically means that you're not a mush-brain leftist, because to the left, profit, greener field of business. We gotta put the brakes on that. We gotta throw the cage door in their face, the socialist cage door, rather than enticing other businesses from throughout the globe, quite frankly, to set up shop here and fill our coffers, fill our tax coffers. It's just insanity. Leftism and economics do not get along. It's like a middle school girl locker room. It's cattiness, it's pettiness, it's ignorance, and it's foolish. And your economy has been strangled by these leftist policies for 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, green is officially the new red, red as in fascism. The 2-day climate protests, if you want to call them protests, could not make this any more clear. Listen, as they put a camera and a microphone in these protesters' face, it's just hyperbolic, anti-American, anti-capitalist, anti-free market, anti-business. It was amazing. Like 9 out of the 10 that I saw had nothing to do with the climate. It was just some Marxist talking point, reading right from the pages of Karl himself. So again, I've been telling you this for the longest time. Climate change or global warming or whatever the latest lexicon is, it's just power grab. It's just leftist politics dressed up in the garb of pseudo junk science. Rubio and Lee simplify the tax code, they say. Simplify the tax code. I think this is a winning issue, by the way, in the upcoming election. Just simplify it. Flat tax, consumer tax. I've been advocating this forever. The reason the left drastically opposes this is because then tax is no longer a weapon they can use to wield you. It's no longer a weapon they can use to control how you conduct commerce. They want that as a powerful tool to be able to turnstile and toll booth the American people as they wish. Simplify the tax code, and so many problems go away. You should not have to pay an army of accountants to do your taxes. It's ridiculous, and it's designed that way on purpose. Bureaucratic hell is purposeful, and the left loves it. They're like BFFs. There are no fools out there like the rich. You got to love how the grand old party gets linked arm in arm with the rich, because it simply is not the way it plays out in the facts. Now, facts have long since went the way of the buffalo in our society, but Republicans are not the party of the rich. They're not. If you look at the actual facts, if you look at corporate donations, if you look at big money, if you look at the richest senators, leftists, it's the biggest lie, the biggest fiction that I think exists in politics today. So the left gets to fill their coffers with special interests, graft, big business, big Wall Street dollars. Then they get to turn around a demagogue against big business and big campaign dollars. It's unbelievably hypocritical. And just as an example of this, no campaign in American history took more Wall Street money, took more big business money than the Obama administration. The left is lying to you, not just on this, but on a myriad of issues. But this is just an example of the glaring hypocrisy that exists in American politics. The NFL, more drama. Could there exist more drama? Well, the left has sniffed some out with their bloodhound-like political correct snaz, alleging that the N-word was used. That's right. Let me tell you something. I played high school football, and I know quite a few people who played collegiate football. The N-word gets used a lot. The N-word and many, many other racial slurs get used a lot, even in the locker room. Well, in this case, they fined the cat $11K. He denies it. Speech in the NFL, obviously not free. The NFL is turning into a soap opera. I say it every day. That's, again, purposeful. 130,000 Syrian refugees flee to Turkey, running from ISIS. This situation is growing bleaker by the day. Syrian refugees who basically want to survive are fleeing to Turkey. When you're fleeing to Turkey for refugee status, it's got to be really bad. An openly full-throated, proud anti-Semitic professor loses job offer at the University of Illinois. This guy teaches, wait for it, American Indian studies. I'm sure that European civilization comes out, with a fair shake in his class. I'm sure that the white man is the white devil. I've had some of these professors. They're so obnoxious, words can't fully formulate a picture in your mind. Just know you don't run into this level of crazy in your daily walk. It'd be like if you walked into Walmart at 2 a.m., but then you gave that guy a PhD, tenure, and a class to spout off in his splotchy beard, Cookie Monster pajamas, picking earwax out and throwing it in his mouth like Oreo cookies. That is today's academic. Anyway, this guy got canned for hating the Jews. If every professor got canned for hating the Jews, there would be like 2 professors, and I know them both personally. Will women save the fledgling Democratic Party? That is the question at hand at BloombergView.com. Here's how you rephrase that statement. Will Democratic, completely fictionalized talking points about the war on women save the Democratic Party by tricking and dividing the American constituency, all the while ignoring completely the actual war on women that exists in a region that they refuse to name proper, in an area of the world that they run defense for politically, where they rape women, beat women, openly, by the way, refuse for women to be educated. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the war on women. The crap coming out of the leftist lips is nothing but pure politics, and it's disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the news of your day. Thank you for listening. CourageCulture.net for all the stories.